Welcome to this tapping session for Crown Chakra Activation, where we're going to be releasing overwhelm and tapping into wisdom and higher guidance. When this chakra feels blocked or less accessible, we can find ourselves feeling mentally overloaded, stuck in overthinking, or disconnected from our inner knowing. There might also be a sense of confusion, self-doubt rising up, or constantly searching outside of ourselves for answers. So today isn't about forcing anything open, we're just going to gently create enough safety and spaciousness so that clarity and insight can return in their own time. The tapping is a little different today, as we're going to be starting and ending each round at the top of the head. This is where multiple meridians meet, which are the energy pathways in the body. So it makes for a really powerful point for that focus and integration, and it helps keep our awareness just gently on that crown area, on the crown chakra. Okay, so let's begin this session then with a nice cleansing breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Just letting go a little bit on that exhale. Coming into this space. And then start tapping on the side of the hand, repeating after me, either in your mind or out loud. Even though my mind feels busy or overloaded right now, and I may feel a bit disconnected from my inner wisdom, I choose to meet myself gently, just as I am. Even though I've been carrying mental noise, doubt or tension, I honour where I am, and I'm open to a little more ease. Even though trusting higher guidance doesn't always feel easy. I allow this to be a soft, grounded experience. And I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, round one. So what we're going to do here is just start by acknowledging any negative thoughts so we can process what's true for us before moving on. So starting at the top of the head, just tapping on the crown point, all this mental noise. Moving to the eyebrow point. So many thoughts all at once. Side of the eye. It feels like my mind doesn't really get a chance to rest or slow down. Under the eye, all this mental overload. Under the nose, trying to think my way through everything. Chin points, feeling mentally busy or scattered. Collarbone points. There's this tension in my head, neck or nervous system. So as you continue to tap here for a moment, you might like to just start to notice that. Notice whether there's any tension or tightness. You might like to just adjust your upper body slightly. Let your shoulders drop a little bit. Gently move your neck and back and forward and side to side. Just releasing a little bit of tension as you tap here. Moving now to under the arm. This constant mental chatter is noisy and heavy. Top of the head. There's so much happening in my mind right now. Okay, so just take a gentle breath here, staying on the top of the head while tapping, and then we'll move to the next round. So staying on the top of the head, feeling disconnected from my inner guidance. Eyebrow points, really doubting my own wisdom. Side of the eye, and always second guessing myself. Under the eye, what if I don't know the right answers? Under the nose, there's this fear of getting things wrong, making the wrong decision. Chin points, it's like I can't fully trust in myself. Collarbone points, and I doubt in myself, my abilities, and my worth. Under the arm, all this fear and uncertainty. Top of the head, I'm not feeling fully open and aligned. Okay, so take another gentle breath here, staying on the top of the head. Just keep tapping softly. What we're going to do now for this round is just go a little bit deeper, so you don't need to say anything out loud here. I'll be guiding you through the points, so you just need to listen to my words. You can have your eyes closed or open, whatever feels safe and comfortable for you is just perfect. So as you're tapping here on the top of the head at the crown, just notice how the crown area feels right now. You might sense some heaviness, dullness, tension, or perhaps very little at all. Just to reassure you, there's no right or wrong way to experience this. Just noticing what's there. Moving now to the eyebrow point. So I'd like you to imagine creating a little space around the crown, as if the pressure of thinking can loosen a little bit, and perhaps your awareness can begin to gently rise upward. So just imagine things softening a little, releasing, letting go. And let your awareness start to move from the crown very slowly upwards, just a tiny bit, maybe just 5 millimeters or a centimeter. Just bring your awareness just above the top of the head. You can go as high or low as you like, whatever feels okay for you. It's just perfect. Moving now to the side of the eye, tapping softly. And you might like to imagine now a soft violet or purple light starting to glow at the crown. It might be a really bright, vivid purple, or maybe it's more of a lilac tone, or it could be white or gold. What colour feels most supportive to you in this moment? You can let this light hover and glow just on the crown. maybe it stays quite small. Maybe it starts to glow and grow a little wider, a little brighter. Moving now to under the eye. Allow that gently glowing light to feel really calming and steady. Like it's always been there, but somehow it was hidden beneath this heavy grey fog. But the fog is lifting and the light is shining now. And it's supporting you, it's supporting your mind, your body, your heart, and your nervous system. And your mind is just beginning to feel a little less cluttered, perhaps a little quieter. That glowing light, always there. Tapping now under the nose. Knowing there's nothing that you need to understand or access right now. You're just here tapping, and this connection doesn't need any special effort or knowledge. You just need to be here with yourself in this moment, and that is enough. You're tuning into what is true, what's inherent within you. So keep your focus on that purple glowing light that's always there. Keeps glowing and growing softly, reminding you of your worth, your power, your wisdom. Moving now to the chin points. And here you're invited to think about receiving rather than reaching. So tap here as you start to really come into your power, acknowledging and letting go of any resistance. There might be some internal pulling or tugging. So we're receiving rather than reaching. We're letting that awareness and insight come to you in your own way, in your own time. Tapping now on your collarbone points. Just notice how your body is responding as the crown kind of opens and softens. Maybe you're feeling a settling through the head, neck or shoulders. Maybe there's a sense of clarity becoming more available to you. And as we tap here softly on the collarbone points, you might like to ask yourself some gentle questions. And the first question is, what part of me already knows the answer to something without needing to think or figure it out? And I'll repeat that for you. What part of me already knows the answer to something without needing to think or figure it out? If nothing comes, that's okay. We're going to ask now another question. If there's an underlying intelligence or consciousness supporting me, what happens when I allow myself to trust it, even just a little bit? And again, I'll ask that question again for you. If there is an underlying intelligence or consciousness supporting me, what happens when I allow myself to trust it, even just a little bit? And then the final question, what signs of connection or alignment might I notice when I'm not trying too hard to look for them? what signs of connection or alignment might I notice when I'm not trying to look for them? So I'll just give you a moment here to pause and just consider those questions. And you don't need answers right now. You can just let these questions land in your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, and trust that you'll gain the insight or clarity that you need. Well done. Okay, so moving now to the under the arm points. Tapping softly. Just imagine any mental clutter or heaviness slowly dissolving upward and outward, creating space for perspective and wisdom. So all that tangled ball of clutter, mental clutter, thoughts, allow that to untangle, rise up. It's slowly dissolving upward and outward, making space. And as you return to the top of the head points, really bring your full attention back to the crown chakra and that glowing light. So you might sense some openness, some lightness, or even a subtle feeling of connectedness. And you still feel safe and grounded in your body. And the purple light still glows. And the crown is opening. Things are clearing, cleansing, opening. Well done. So take a gentle breath here. Stay tapping on the top of the head. I'm just going to do a couple more rounds. So tapping on the top of the head. I carry innate wisdom within me. You really do, Eyebrow point. I don't have to search outside of myself for answers. Side of the eye. Inner guidance doesn't need to be completely obvious or loud. Under the eye, it can arrive quietly and gently. Under the nose, it can arrive through feelings, insights, or just knowing. Chin points, I'm learning to trust what arises. Collarbone, trusting my inner and higher guidance. Under the arm, in a grounded, embodied way. Top of the head, opening gently to wisdom. Okay, let's move now to the final round. Really affirm these words. Top of the head, feeling supported and connected. Eyebrow point, feeling connected to myself. Side of the eye, feeling connected to something larger than myself. Under the eye, without losing my sense of being grounded. under the nose without pushing or reaching. Chin point being in the energy of receiving, with a quiet sense of knowing. Collarbone point, letting this settle through my nervous system. Perhaps thinking again about that glowing light. Under the arm, feeling a sense of lightness and ease. Top of the head, resting in clarity, trust and presence. Let's repeat that one again. Resting in clarity, peace and presence. Well done. So take a nice slow breath in here and release when you're ready. And just take a moment to really sit in this energy, knowing the purple light is still there, it's supporting you, it's guiding you. You might notice lightness, spaciousness, insight, or just a sense of being a little bit more present and connected. Whatever is here is meant to be here. And remember that connection to your inner wisdom doesn't just disappear when the tapping ends. So just be open to some gentle insight and clarity over the coming hours and days, perhaps even in your dreams. Everything you need is within you. Thank you for taking the time to tap along with me today.